Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Nation of Immigrants. Today I'm very excited to share with you our interview with Eunice Chung. She is the vice president of the Korean Daily newspaper in New York City. And I want you to look at the way that she was able to come to America, her sacrifices, her ups and downs as an entrepreneur, her eventual success as a businesswoman, and how that positioned her to be in the wonderful position she is now to give back to her community through her newspaper. Enjoy. Hi, folks, as promised. So today we have Miss Chung. She is the vice president of the Korean Daily newspaper in New York City. And we're so happy to have you, Miss Chung. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Take us back to when the American dream started. What's your background and what led you to come to the United States?
Okay, actually, I came here 1986 as a registered nurse.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
I graduated nursing college in Korea, Seoul, Korea. Then
Mm,
back then, uh, nurses and doctors, a lot of shortage in America. So whoever came here as a nurse or doctors, we could get the green card right away.
okay.
One thing for sure, which is green card. So I came here 1986.
Wow.
It's
And
been
how
just
did you learn about that opportunity? Was it something like you researched? Did you meet somebody
no,
there? Or
no. Back then, I think even nowadays too. But back then, a lot of Korean
ah,
recruiter, come to Korea, Seoul, Korea. Then they recruit, like a couple of nurses who already passed foreign nursing exam. Then, of course, even though they passed and they recruit, they have to wait for the, visa.
mm,
Uh, I myself waited for, I believe, around 2 years or so.
ah, okay,
Yeah. Then I came here, as a like a working visa and everything. So,
okay.
um,
And
so
and where was the first place you landed in America? Where was your home when you
uh,
first got here?
JFK.
JFK. All right, you didn't
In
waste
New
any
York
time.
City. Yeah, JFK in New York City. So, one good thing and blessing, I'm still, thinking that it was really big blessing. Then when I came here in JFK, I already knew where I'm gonna work for, which hospital. So, I started American life in New York City as a nurse first.
Okay. How was that? How was being a nurse in New York City, one of the busiest
It
cities in
was
America?
it was very hectic.
Yeah.
And even though I had some experience in Korea, it was complete different system.
Mm,
So, but one good thing, I learned a lot of English when I was in Korea, every now and then, and every in and out like this. So I spent a lot of money to learn English in Korea because I already dreamed to come to America.
why did you dream to come to America? What was it about America that
Back
attracted you?
then, yeah, back then, if I explain a little bit of Korean situation, it was very turmoil period,
Oh, okay.
like very, very chaotic. It was
Mm,
like governed by soldier. So, I mean, now it's completely different democratic society in Korea, but back then it was very, dominated by soldiers. Everywhere
mm.
you go, you can't feel any freedom.
Wow.
Lots of things completely different.
That's surprising. I don't think a lot of people know that. They just
Yeah,
associate
yeah,
that with
right.
North Korea, and South Korea has always been democratic and free from the
Yeah,
beginning. So
right.
that's an interesting insight.
Yeah, but I'm saying like a kind of civil war.
Hmm.
So that turmoil and chaotic place, I really want to go to some place to pursue the hope. Some place there should be a hope there. Then always I dreamed which place, this place, that place. Then finally ended up America. I
Awesome.
like yeah, I feel like America, American dream, right?
Mm.
If you really try hard, then you can get something. That's I always thought. I think everybody had the same feeling at that time. So they
Were you thinking of coming to America even before you knew about the nursing program and the nurse visa?
hmm Yeah, I wanted to come to study abroad too.
Okay.
Even without the nursing program, I think some other time, maybe different way, I finally ended up to America, I think.
Right.
But I really want to study. So like a study abroad program too.
Okay.
Yeah, so I came to America, New York City as a nurse
Mm.
first, but
And you
I
were telling us how chaotic that was, and
right.
how was
Then
that experience?
right. So when I came here at first, it was completely different word.
Mm.
Yeah.
How so?
35 years ago in New York City, not much different now.
Ah,
In a good way.
okay. All right.
In a good way. Yeah, in a good way. I mean, it's not like, every place, construction, nothing like that. It's kind of very I started my American life in Astoria, Queens.
Okay. All right.
Queens back then, 35 years ago, and now it's kind of very small town and very low tone. Now a lot of youngster there, but back
Yeah.
a lot of old people.
Yeah. Back then it was Archie Bunker town, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Mediterranean. Yeah, from like a Greek or Egyptian, all those like a Mediterranean place like that. So
Mm.
it was good to me. Also, it was, Korea last 35 years, especially last 10 years, very, very fast developing country now.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mm.
35 years ago, really underdeveloped,
Okay.
developing away. Then compared to America, already developed. So
Mm.
lots of different. I mean, every
Wow.
single aspect, like economic and culture and political, every single aspect is completely different.
Mm.
So I feel like, okay, oh, I really came to right place. Since I
Oh, that's good.
came at first. But as I said, I didn't like nursing. Even though I graduated nursing college in Korea,
Mm.
not because I liked nursing, but because I really wanted to come to America.
Okay.
It's the
So
fact.
that was your goal, and you're just willing to make
Yeah,
that
yeah.
sacrifice. That's awesome. What is it
Right.
about nursing that you didn't really fit you?
I really didn't like, you know, bedside nursing. So
Hmm.
I, tried. I came here as a nurse because to get the green card. So
Mm.
good. But when I came here, I see a lot of different opportunity.
Okay.
If I stayed in Korea as a nurse, I don't know, but I couldn't get to other field or other
Mm.
business or
Right.
other type of study.
Mm.
This nurse finished, that's it. But here, I could see a lot of different opportunity. And 3, 4 years, I've been in nurse in Elmhurst Hospital, which is very popular now in the middle of pandemic.
Yes, yes. Elmhurst. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Then 1990, since I came here 4 years, then
Mm.
I started a business with my husband.
Oh really?
Yeah, wireless industry, which is cell phone store.
Did you meet your husband here, or did you come
No,
together with him?
no. When I came here, I already married.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right. So it was wow. It was a
yeah.
an adventure for the family. Okay. All
Mm.
right.
So like
So
a young
what?
couple came like that, right? A young
Yeah.
couple. Then we started business cell phone store 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. 1990 and 2000. It was really really good time. Whoever not lazy, they could make money.
That's awesome. So tell
Really
me a
good
little bit more
time.
about the business.
I have been in wireless industry for a long time, almost 20 years.
All right.
almost 20 years. And
Mm.
we had small retail cell phone store over 40 in all 5 boroughs.
40 stores?
40 stores. Then also
Wow.
we were master dealer in AT&T and T-Mobile. Then
Wow.
not too many Korean or Chinese master dealer. Most of master dealer by Jewish people or some Indian like that.
So what's a master dealer?
Master dealer who are doing wholesale
Mm.
of the line, numbers,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And under that, there is a retail store we call sub dealer. So customer actually cannot meet master dealer. Customer, they go to the store to open the line, right?
Yeah.
That store is a sub dealer, which is a retailer. So we were doing retail as well as we were wholesale too.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, so it
So,
was really successful business.
so this is really neat because people, when they're thinking about coming here, or when they come here, like during that first year, first 2 years, it's really hard, and they can't really see themselves doing something like as big as you did. So can you kind of take us from the beginning and how you progressed to having, 40 stores in Queens? I mean,
Well,
that's incredible.
yeah, actually, we were now there is a Hong Kong supermarket in Main Street, right?
Yeah,
So
I know it. Yeah.
yeah, Hong Kong supermarket basement, right?
Mm,
Basement, Hong Kong supermarket, every single small like a store there, right? Like
mm,
inside the mall, and that time it was not the Hong Kong supermarket. There's different name. I think Busy Bee or something like that.
all
So
right.
yeah, under that, like basement, whole basement, we got rent. Then we tried to open the small like electronic store at
Mm,
first. But back then, electronic store like way down, like getting slower. But we didn't know that, so
mm,
we spent a lot of money. Then we lost a lot of money,
mm.
and we are almost broke
Wow.
after year or very fast. When you make money really hard, but when you lose money, it was fast.
Mm. Oh,
Finish
yeah.
1 2 years just gone. Money.
Wow.
So electronic store, which we sell all the white goods like a refrigerator, TV, all the big thing. Then as well as small thing. Back then, before the cell phone store, I don't know if you remember the pager, beeper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
I had
So we
one.
used to sell the beeper too. So
Okay.
very small thing to big thing, which is refrigerator like that. But after we closed down the mall because all the money we lost, then finally one thing left, which is paper, because it's small.
Okay.
So even though we finished everything, we tried to get very small store in other place. We cannot get big thing. We just carry over small thing, which is a paper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So after we lost everything in that store, then we had no place to go
Yeah.
with the retail business, right?
So tell us about that thought process, because some people are going through this right now. Like when you feel like you've lost everything, right? Naturally, you just want to give up. You want to crawl into a cave somewhere, right? Like, how did you feel and how did you keep moving?
Mm, we thought about a lot of things. My husband, actually, his major was political science in Korea.
Oh, great. Okay.
But when he came here at first, we were doing business. But after, we lost everything. He drive yellow cab,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
and I was thinking I back to nurse or things like that. So, but we started already business. So okay, do the business again, but not the big style, big scale.
Yeah.
Small. Very small means very small place. Very
Mm,
small place. We have to find out the item feedable that small place. So we had nothing left except pager.
All
Paper.
right.
Paper is very small thing.
Yeah.
Even though we have only 100 square feet, it's fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need a big space. So we had very, very small space in the back of like Main Street and Main Street and Northern Boulevard corner, very small store. Then we started as a pager.
That's great.
It was the big thing. It was only 6 years since I came, America, since I came to America. So we started as a pager first.
I think that's a really good example of adapting to challenges, right? I mean, some people are so determined, no, you know what, but it's either everything or nothing. And, I think what you guys did is, okay, this is our situation. We want to keep going. We can afford 100 square feet. What do we have that we can fit a bunch of it in there? We have beepers,
You're right?
right?
Mhm.
And you think outside the box and you keep moving. You don't let it slow you down. That's awesome.
Mhm. And I think landlord who had that big shopping mall, which is now Hong Kong Supermarket, that shopping mall, and the small store after we moved, same landlord. Landlord really liked us because even though we were very hard, we always, follow the rules and policies. And whenever we were very hard time, we always told the landlord first in advance, we're having a hard time. Can you give us a little bit more time? Things like
Right.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Always we let them know beforehand. That also whenever we, said something, we keep the promise. So
That's important.
landlord really liked us. So landlord knows our situation. Then he gave us, I think, 2 months, concession time.
Oh, wow. That's great.
To pay the rent first 2 months or something like that. Because
Yeah.
back then it's not easy to do that way.
Yeah.
I think he really liked us.
That's good.
He liked us as a very good person, I think. So,
and I think that's another lesson is asking for help when you need it, right? And a lot of people, they're in the situation, no, I got to do everything by myself. But sometimes you run into people in your life, landlords,
right.
that can, give you a hand,
right?
you pay it forward. Yeah. Mm.
Right. So I think they think us trustworthy person. So so we started as a paper business, which is very small, and I think it's kind of luck too, because paper business somehow very smoothly changed to cell phone store. Pager to cell phone store. It's not like a couple of years or 10 years, nothing like that. After 2-3 years, since the beeper came, pager came, in the community, then after 3-4 years, very smoothly changed to a cell phone.
How was that for you and your business?
Yeah, whoever started a cell phone store at first, yes, there is. But in our case, we started as a pager store first.
Yeah.
Sure, it's not like we really wanted that cell phone store. No, we really wanted pager store. No, we lost everything. Finally, we left small thing, which is a pager. Then that pager, made us to start, cell phone very smoothly.
Awesome.
Very smoothly, transfer. So that's how we started cell phone store from the page.
Okay. And then what did that do for your business as you transferred to a cell phone store?
Cell phone store, even now, like that, but now a little different. But back then, cell phone store is not very hard to open in whatever place like that, because if you have very small amount of money, back then maybe 10,000, 20,000, you can open the store easily.
Okay.
Yeah, so we could open one by one with the place, Bronx and Manhattan and Brooklyn, and of course a lot of store in Queens.
So then you started branching out, right?
Yeah, branching out. And
okay.
our own name like that.
So after you, because I know you had to start over, and you chose to start over with the pager
Mm-hmm.
store. After
Mm-hmm.
you started over, when were you in a position to start expanding? Do you remember how long it took?
2-3 years, I believe.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, 2-3 years at least. Yeah,
yeah.
2-3 years. Then, so there should be a beeper and cell phone at the same time
Mm,
coexist, but that was not too long.
yeah,
Maybe after 1 or 2 years, no more pager, older cell phone, things like
yeah.
that. So,
And if you hadn't adapted, if you hadn't started to adapt and to take in cell phones when beepers died out, your
mhm.
business would have died out. But because you had started cell phone, you kind of transitioned, no?
You're right. You're very right. Okay, I had one episode for that. Okay, when we had pager, then we had a lot of numbers to open of the pager. So finally, after I believe 2 years or so, then we had a chance to buy frequency. That time frequency was very, very important. When
Mm,
the frequency, then we could control the, like, you know, amount of the pager bills.
mm,
It's really we kind of wholesale of the pager, so we had a chance, right, to buy frequency. Frequency is like a medallion of the taxi, things like that.
okay.
Mm. But in front of us, FCC announced no more frequency can sell because
Mm,
it was already a lot.
mm,
So in front of us, one person in front of us, there was a last, so no more. So I was very in despair. Oh, I had money. I had some money now, so I could buy. If I buy frequency, I could do wholesale, then could make more money. Thank God.
okay.
Thank God we didn't buy that, because if we bought that, then we couldn't even go to cell phone business smoothly.
Right. That's
Yeah,
right.
we were hanging into pager because we had the frequency.
Mm,
Because we couldn't buy it, that's how we transferred to cell phone business smoothly.
wow. So
Yeah,
a blessing in disguise there.
that's
Yeah.
another blessing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes we didn't do it, but there was even opposite way, which is good. So so self-owned business, which is one by one, finally 10, 20. Then we had a lot of numbers and monthly numbers, like a couple of thousand, like that. Because every store 100, 200, like that. So if it's 20 store, 2,000 each, right?
Mm,
So, finally we apply for master dealer, which is which is like a wholesale.
yeah.
So we already have our own strong retail backbone ourselves. And top of that, if we open, master dealer as a wholesale, we could do both. So
Ah,
um, finally they gave us master dealership. So we were doing master dealer of AT&T and T-Mobile while we were doing, 40 retail small stores. So we're making money. There was 1990 to 2003 up to 2000, almost 2010. We were doing it like little over 20 years, right?
okay.
So while we were doing that, we're making money, we're doing good and everything. But we were thinking, like I said, I prefer writing than working in hospital, right?
Okay. Right. Yeah.
Also, my husband major in political science. We
Mm,
always, while we even making money, it's not like making money, living better life, just financially, it's not everything.
yeah. That's
we,
right.
we always think of community and society, what we can do to make better, world, better
Right.
community, better society. This is our job. Not making money for myself to, better life is not everything.
It's not everything. It's important,
Always.
right?
That's very important.
And it puts you, you're going to tell us about this next chapter, but it puts you in a position where you now have a choice, right? Some people, they feel that they have no choice because they got to work 60 hours a week just to pay the bills. Whereas you guys reached a certain level where you had some breathing room, you can now choose how you spend your time. Is that accurate?
Right, that's right. Then also,
Yeah.
like I said, my husband specialty major is also related political science. He
Mm.
always think, what makes better life, better society, a public mind, like that. So since I'm a writer, I'm thinking too. Yeah. So finally, 2003. Exactly 100 years of Korean immigration history.
Mm.
2003, we established Korean New York Daily, which
Oh,
is
so you established it.
yeah, we established. We're the founder. Yeah,
That's awesome. Yeah. Okay.
actually, my husband, right? So he's a publisher since then, right? So we established Korean New York Daily, exactly 100 years of Korean immigrant history, which is 2003.
Mm.
A daily newspaper, free of charge, free paper.
Mm.
Um, of course, that time, like I said, we make money with wireless industry, cell phone business. So we had the money in our hand.
Yeah.
Free of charge is not a big deal back then.
Mm.
And, like I said, when we make money, it's not easy, but when we lose money, it's very
Yeah.
right away, right?
Yeah.
So, free of charge, which is free paper, uh, every year where, of course, we don't make money. We can't even break even.
Mm.
We put the money.
Yeah.
Whatever we make money from cell phone store, we put it in there. We put
Wow.
it there. We
Yeah.
put it there. That's why, we couldn't give up cell phone store right away because we have to wait for, you know, newspaper business until established, until stabilized. Okay, so after 10 years, we were stable. And even though we cannot make a profit, but we could break even, we could maintain.
Mm.
Then back that time, some of the store I sold to the people. Then some of the small store I even gave to my old employee
Oh, okay.
for a
Okay.
long time.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's really you.
Yeah. Some
Wow,
of the
that's really
store
nice.
I gave it to them.
That's really cool.
Younger
Yeah.
than me, they're younger than me. Only thing they don't have money. So I said, okay, I cannot give you for free, but I could give you like no interest, nothing.
Mm.
Years, very very small amount. You just pay me back
Wow.
monthly basis.
That's a
I
deal.
loan, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a heck of a deal.
I don't give you 0% interest.
Hmm. Yeah.
Let's say 500 or 1,000 every month, doesn't matter. Okay,
Right.
years, things like
That's a great opportunity. Yeah.
a couple of store I already done that way.
Hmm.
10 years.
So what is it that drives? So I mean, after 10 years, you're doing a newspaper. You got to the point where you're breaking even, but you're not either making a significant profit. So some people are thinking like, why would you go through all that trouble? Because I'm sure it is immense amount of work to run a newspaper. So what do you get from it that makes it so worthwhile to keep
Uh,
going?
I realized that okay, people see the paper, right? Then people read the paper. Then I see their life changes day by day.
Mm.
I mean, I cannot feel right away, but year, 2 years, as the time goes by, pass by, I feel like, okay, it's completely different just making money to rich life it's completely different. Okay, change person's mind and enlighten their spirit.
Mm.
It's completely different from what I, just make money for myself.
Yeah.
Even though I don't make money with the newspaper, if I change people's, life or life better,
So what are some
one
projects
is
then
better.
that you're able to do through the newspaper that impacts people's lives?
Okay, the smallest thing, I give them like right direction of information. Okay, a lot of people, a lot of Korean, whoever cannot speak or read English, then they go for Korean newspaper, right?
Mm.
So information in English, we, written in Korean, then they could get the information, correct information right away,
Mm.
then to adjust their life better. Then not only that, not just an information, even myself, I'm a columnist in our paper.
All right.
A couple of columnists. I'm one of the columnists. I'm writing classical music critics. So,
Wow.
so actually, my two aunts were musicians. So I'm very adapt to classical music.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'm
And you
writing.
enjoy writing. Writing is one of
Of
your
course,
passions.
I enjoy writing.
That's
I
cool. You were able
classical
to make that
music, two
happen.
things.
Mm.
So I am writing classical music suite in the movie. I dig into the classical music suite in the movie, then I introduce them in writing, like essay style writing.
Mm.
So people sometimes waiting because every Wednesday I'm writing, people waiting for Wednesday.
Ah, that's great. That's
That's
cool.
another very small thing, but big thing for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. It's
For
meaningful.
them.
Mm.
So, daily life, they go to, like you said, they go to work 40 hours, 60 hours, 50 hours working, then they making money, they're, bread and butter every day. Of course, it's important to daily routine, but if I give them little more shine in their life,
Yeah.
more brighter, what's so bad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
that keeps you going.
yeah, so that's really life makes, their life makes shiny or better in that way. That's another thing.
Mm.
And these days, a lot of immigration problems. So,
Yeah. Tell
of
us about that. Mm.
of course, that's our editor in chief. He always write in right direction with, like there's a couple of Korean like organization, Minkwon Center, and a
Oh, I
lot of
know Minkwon. Yeah.
Minkwon Center, a lot of political issue they dealt with. So we always had a relationship with them. So,
Mm.
um, so we put them, their article in Korean. Then, I mean, sometimes the Minkwon Center or they can meet audience or readers right away. How could they meet the people right away in one place
Mm.
until they really have some, group meeting or something, right?
Right. Right.
Through the paper,
Oh, okay.
media. Media's role is very, very, very important. So through the media, through the writing, through the newspaper that they read, then they know how the American like politics related to the immigration, immigration policy, immigration rules, and affirmative action, all those. So they could get an idea in the right direction.
Okay.
That's another.
Thanks to Google Translate, I was able to read some of the articles, and I really like the stuff, some of the initiatives that you guys have going on. So can I tell you what some things that I saw, and maybe you can comment on what you guys have been doing. So um, I saw something where I think you guys are or somebody was fundraising, trying to get like $1 million to give it to certain undocumented Korean families. I thought that was really cool, right? Because we know that undocumented people are not eligible for the CARES Act, even though a lot of them have already paid taxes, right? So I saw that that was one of your initiatives. And also you're doing a lot of things in the community in terms of helping with COVID, providing masks, giving information. Yeah, so tell us about, some of these events. It's really nice.
Okay. First of all, some of them we're helping them. Some of them we're doing our own campaign, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let me introduce two different parts. Our own campaign first, and even though I haven't had work for a long time in hospital, my root from hospital, which is registered nurse, right? So I have a lot of Korean nurses. We graduate same college, we're same alumni, right? So I found out my friend or my senior, my junior, they're having a shortage of PPE, especially masks. It's been like a month ago. So my friend told me, "Oh, you know what? I'm working in Elmas Hospital. We're using only one mask for one whole week." I said, "No, cannot do it." Then right away, we started a campaign in our paper, gathering the mask, sending to Korean nurses first. Mm, a lot of people joined. A lot of people attend that campaign. Then they send the mask as small as 100 to 1,000.
Wow.
And even though sometimes they cannot buy the mask, they send the money for us to buy. So send the money and mask like that right away, week, 2 weeks, 1 month, now full of mask. Enough.
Wow.
That.
Wow.
After that, another campaign, we found out, like testing kit is very important, and also testing is important. So we were doing what we cannot do it alone. That one, mask, we could do it alone. Then that one antibody test we were doing with HMart. HMart is a grocery store, a supermarket, and Korean New York Daily Hours and Korean Doctors Association. We all together antibody test. Antibody test, we cannot do it every day. Only once a week is 2 times already. In our own campaign. And there are, I believe, a couple of different organizations, but one of the very outstanding organization we called 21 Hope organization, 21 Hope Center or something. Then there were, he already had the seed money. Money, and I believe almost 200,000, something like that, a lot of money. Then top of that, they were doing, like they were getting all the donation and everything. So with that donation, a lot of people who have already legal, then we already got stimulus check, and some of them, like apply for PPP loan, EIDL loan, and everything. But whoever had undocumented person, like illegal status, then they cannot even get a loan. They cannot even get stimulus check.
Yeah.
Not possible.
Yeah.
Plus, they can't even get, unemployment benefit or unemployment UIA like that. So they have no place to get help. So 21 Hope Center, with that all the donation, they distribute those undocumented people.
Oh, wow.
Because they already started.
Wow.
As low as 500, each household, and up to a certain point, I believe. Still doing it now. So we're helping them.
That's wonderful. I agree
To
totally
do so.
with that.
That's really, really important,
Yeah, because these are people that have contributed to the economy. They've paid taxes. I think it's the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm. So they're doing it. And like I said, after 10 years, we, found out that it's kind of break even, even though we don't make that much money, like we're in Southern Star. It's not like that, but we can change the community better. We can change the society better. We found that, then we keep going that, right? So until now, and while I live here, while I have been live here as a first generation immigrant, the most challenging thing, I think, children's education.
Okay, tell us about that.
It's really hard for me, especially when they were in teenagers. At that time, they were trying to find like self-identity.
Oh, yeah, right.
Also very rebelling.
Mm-hmm.
I remember what I did and what I told them. One thing, whenever they're away, they're usually out and they don't come, even midnight, things like that. Then like when they were like high school student, middle school, like that, then I remember that I always drew two circles, one big circle, one small circle. Small circle is a family. So I explained them, if you go far away, like like around the big circle, it's okay, but it's hard to come to the center circle, which is family, if you go farther like that.
Yeah.
But if you're out of the big circle, which is out of the orbit, it's really, really hard to come back to a center circle to family, even though you really wanted to come back later on.
That paints an interesting picture. Yeah.
Yeah, I really draw like two circles like that. Kids all remember now.
Yeah, that's cool.
It really works.
Did you find yourself having to instill some pride in the Korean culture? Like, did your kids ever rebel against the Korean culture? Like, oh, I don't want to speak the language, or I don't want to, be so Korean, or you never experienced?
Actually, I have three kids, right? And girl, boy, like that. But first, I mean, the youngest one, I think the younger, the harder.
Yeah.
That way, yeah, I could say that way. Yeah, first one, older, the better.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, but I don't remember. I don't remember exactly. They really not to learn Korean, not like that, but hard to learn.
Okay. All right. Well, that's not too bad then.
Yeah. First one, second one. First one really good, and second one little hard. And youngest one, I mean, when I speak Korean something, then he could answer, but he cannot answer in Korean.
Yeah.
Understand. It's kind of understanding level, which is even, better than nothing.
Sure.
But harder. Yeah, Korean culture, they like it. I mean, it's not like, I think culture mixing with American culture, they really well adjust. But only thing, whoever had teenagers, their puberties are really hard to control that thing.
Yeah.
We both are working outside, working family and teenagers at home. That was not easy. I mean, especially immigrant mom, without working, we can't survive.
Yeah.
That's really hard. We can't just stay at home with the kids, it's not like that. Also, printing the paper and distributing as a free of charge is not easy. It's not an easy job. It's not an easy business.
Yeah.
Why? Because we're totally depends on advertising, and if we could extra event. The most difficult thing to make us to, think of give up maybe
Mm,
like that is financial problem while
mhm.
doing,
Right.
like newspaper, right? Um, when we started, like I said, we had the money, but after a while, all the money gone.
Mm,
10 years, 11 years, money gone. But thank God, 11th year, even though all the money gone, we're stable condition
mm,
newspaper, barely maintained, but still okay. Even though, not making a lot of money, it's still okay. Also, as a writer, I write my column every week. It's kind of very supporting too to the newspaper. Uh, I'm writing uh, advertorial article, which is advertising plus
mm.
editorial together.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's
It's
cool.
not only advertising, it's not only editorial issue. It's
Mm,
both. For example, if somebody open a restaurant in somewhere in Bell Boulevard, let's say, then let's say open Greek restaurant, then instead of just writing, okay, here's a Greek restaurant, not like that. I write, started with Mediterranean Sea,
oh, okay. All
what
right.
kind of Mediterranean Sea, then because I know all the Mediterranean Sea related to all the wars and how they cultured and finally ended up Mediterranean diet
Mm,
because it's a restaurant, right?
okay.
Mediterranean diet, what's so important, your health and, like tomato, garlic and olive and all those.
Making me hungry.
Yeah, in the middle of Mediterranean diet, here's a good restaurant, whatever name it is, something like
Mm,
it's kind of advertising plus, editorial. So we call
yeah.
it advertorial.
Advertorial. Okay. I like
Advertorial.
that.
It's kind
Yeah.
of new word, right?
I
So
wrote it down. I didn't know it.
yeah, I'm writing advertorial. Yeah, right.
Very cool.
Oh, yeah. That's another good thing too. I always tell second generation and whoever want to start a business, but uh, don't give up. Don't give up. Always there should be a chance. And when the chance comes, take it right away. But until that time, sharpen your tools. Don't just stay, oh, I'm doing okay now, bread and butter, I make my own. Don't just stay like that. Okay, always sharpen your tools. Always study. Like, for example, myself, I, I was writing a long time, more than 10 years, almost 20 years.
Mm,
I'm still studying myself.
yeah. Mm,
Mm. Like what the classical music from, classical music, all, started with Gregorian chant, Rococo, Baroque, all those era down to modern music
mm,
and all the history and every single composer, even though music is not my major, but I studied to write. That's very small thing, but whoever had the business, then you know, study your business.
yeah.
Yeah.
Know your
Study
product,
your
right?
field. Yeah, study
Yeah.
your product. Yes.
Mm,
It's not like just go there, then waiting for the customer, waiting for the client. Not like that. Start yourself. Sharpen your tools.
yeah. Become an expert. Yeah.
Yeah.
In what you
Become
do.
an expert. So in that case, whenever chance comes, you take it. You never know. You're gonna have very, very big chance to come. But until that time, at that time, if you cannot sharpen your tools. Even though you take the chance, you cannot make, with the chance, you could make very big thing.
Hmm.
Say maybe chance could be a small, but with the chance, if you already sharpen your tools, you already study hard, you already knows your product better, then you could utilize that chance to make it large thing or big thing. But if you're not ready yet, even though chance comes, first you cannot take it. Second,
Yeah.
even though you took that, but as it is,
Yeah.
make it, bigger.
I
Which
once heard that luck is when opportunity meets preparation. And that's exactly what you're saying, right? And so
right,
if
right,
the
right,
opportunity comes and you're not prepared, you nailed it right on the head. I mean, it's
right,
either
right, right.
you take it, but you're not really going to be ready for it. You're either going to struggle or fail.
It
Um,
is.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Or two,
Mhm.
you just won't take it because you know you're not ready. Yeah,
Yeah, you should be a person on appropriate level,
yeah,
like according to that chance.
yeah.
And it's gonna be a big thing, very, very synergetic.
And you,
Then go ahead.
and you mentioned something else I think is really neat too. You mentioned that opportunities will come in life after you're sharpening your tools, and you should take those right away. Like, why did you say right away? Like, take me through
I
that
mean,
mindset.
sometimes chance is very momentarily. Okay, in my case, when I look back, I was very regret when when I couldn't get uh, the frequency of pager because FCC denied me.
Mm,
And after that, I didn't even realize the smoothly transfer to cell phone business right away. Then even though cell phone business right away, then if I didn't take the chance,
hmm
I just go for whatever, then maybe I could stay 1 or 2 stars finished. That's it. But I took the chance right away. Oh, the most important thing is to increase the number of the line every month. If I open the line 2,000, then I cannot get 1 or 2 store. Every store we could open only 100, 200 numbers every month.
mm,
I could get 2,000 number every month. I have to open at least more than 20 stores. Something like that. That's a chance.
yeah, yeah,
That's a chance. Of course, like you said, even though I was ready, then I sharpened my tools and everything, maybe 1 or 2% luck.
sure,
I
sure,
can't deny. Yes. Yeah.
sure, yeah,
So, but even though you have a log, if you're not sharpening your tools, you
yeah.
can. Yeah.
And I think I mean, this, because chances don't always come. They come, good chances come a few times in a lifetime. And so when they come, you have to recognize them. And if you've been sharpening your tools, you take it, right? And so I heard a
That's
quote.
it. Yeah, that's it. That's what it is,
I
right?
heard a quote once, I think it's by Andrew Carnegie, one of the most successful entrepreneurs back in the early, 1900s. He says that successful people,
Mhm.
they are quick to take the opportunity. They don't think about it forever. They're quick to take the opportunity, and they are slow to give up. In other
Yeah,
words,
that's
they
right. Yeah.
embrace and then they stick to it. Unsuccessful
Mhm.
people, they take forever to make a decision. So by then it's probably gone. And if they're able to hop on and it doesn't work out the way they wanted to, they'll quit very fast. Right. So I think you've done exactly that. Like, you've identified opportunities, you went after it, and you stuck to your guns.
You're right. Any other thing? Or
Well, tell us, what were some of your biggest challenges as an immigrant? Obviously, I think you came to one of the best places for immigrants in New York City, but were there challenges that you want to share that, people should keep pushing through and not get so discouraged?
Mm, well, I think it's not only me. Every immigrant, I think they experience the same thing. Um, Especially I'm Asian, a minority. I'm a woman. So
Hmm.
minority and woman, I think it's kind of people underlooked us. So I myself, now I remember that I was thinking like that. Oh, I have to work harder than other person to get it over with.
Yeah.
So I work double harder. Okay. I mean, maybe it's kind of prejudice, but whoever had, let's say European, right? Let's say European, even though they don't speak English, people think, oh, they could speak good English when they look. But Asian, I maybe they don't speak English, so whatever. They think that way.
Yeah.
So there's another. People can judge just by our looking.
Sure.
Yeah.
And how do you overcome that? How did you
That's
move
what I
on?
said. That's exactly what I said. I mean, I always work harder than other person. Let's say, for example, the store. When I run this business, open the store like that, I open always 10 minutes earlier than other person. I close the store 10 minutes later than other person. Not just because of making more money, but because, okay, this store, whenever we need, we could go there, then even other store all closed, they open. Something like that. So it's myself. I told myself I have to work harder than other person to get over all these kind of minority and women.
There you go.
Work harder than other person. That's the only thing.
I think that's key.
Have any other thing, just working hard. So I get it. I already overcome with that.
And now here you are, and speaking with you before this chat, you mentioned how proud you are to be a New Yorker now. So can you tell us how you feel now?
I wrote 2 books, right?
Wow, no kidding.
Wrote awesome. 2 books, and the first book, the prelude, the front page, saying that whenever people ask me identify myself, what I have to identify myself. I'm Korean, yes. I'm a woman, yes. But before that, I'm here now. I'm a New Yorker.
There we go. Yeah.
I'm a New Yorker. That tells everything. I mean, sometimes I have a chance to go to Korea to, to speech in front of sometimes 500 people, 400 people like that.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you go give speeches about? That's really cool.
Well, sometimes college student. Yeah, most of them college student.
Oh, wow. That's inspiring.
My college where I graduate, right? So then I told them, okay, people saying that I'm a New Yorker. I came from New York. Doesn't mean I came from Albany.
Yeah, right.
Does mean I came from Binghamton. Okay, yeah. So Binghamton and Albany, even though in New York State, doesn't say New Yorker.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
New Yorker means a lot.
Right.
Then I cannot say one word. Just go there and have an experience, live there for at least 20, 30 years, then you will know that.
There you go. Yep, absolutely. Looking back at your American journey, do you kind of feel that everything came into full circle, because it's really cool. Like you came as a nurse, maybe you weren't crazy about it, but that's what got you here. You're able to help people. Then you started thinking about your, some of your passions. You wanted to have a business, and then your ultimate passion in helping the community. Do you kind of see it like it all kind of made sense as it came full circle?
Actually, I had my, good days and bad days, and
we all do, yeah,
and rainy and all those like that. But if you try to help someone, not because you have a lot of money. Okay. I had a lot of money before, of course, in one time, but just because you have a lot of money, you could help the people? No, that's wrong. You have to have a mind helping people, mind first. If you have a mind set up, if you have already mind to helping people, even though you don't have money, you have a lot of different talent. If you don't have talent, you have a time.
That's true. Yeah.
Time. So that I learned myself in New York. While I'm in New York, uh, helping people is very important. How you people or the money, because some people they complain, oh, because I don't make a lot of money, that's why I cannot help. That's wrong. No.
That's a
When
great point.
I made a lot of money, I didn't know how to help the people.
Mm.
Now I know how to help people. Helping is very important, and also helping started with mind to help people, not from the money. So
Great point.
yeah, everybody has their own talent. Even without the talent, there's a time. Time is everybody has a time, 24
That's
hours.
right. That's right.
So
That's right.
you can't deny, right?
Yeah,
So
that's right. That you can get away
yeah,
from. Yeah.
yeah. So mind helping people is more important than money or other thing. So
I love it.
other.
Yeah.
That's it.
Really cool. Any last words of encouragement for the audience, people that are pursuing the American dream?
Mm, once you have a goal and goal directed and pursue your goal, then there are a lot of challenges and ups and downs and obstacles. Yes, everybody had that. It's not only you. Always go for it. Then while you're going for it, in a good mind, not bad mind, in a good mind, then in a good way, in good mind, and there should be helping people around you, and you could overcome with helping people and around you. Uh, then you could get it over with all those obstacles. So go for it.
Awesome. I love it. Beautiful words of wisdom. Thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
All right. And thanks for your work. Keep it up. Hey, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the interview with Ms. Chung. I certainly got a lot out of it, and I hope you did too. So I'm just going to give you some of my takeaways, and I hope this helps you in some way. And so first, everything starts with a dream. We forget to dream. We only dream when we're sleeping. We forget to dream when we're awake. That's really when we should be doing most of our dreaming, right? Because dreams help drive you. Dreams give you this invigorated, fresh source of meaning in your life, and it drives you to do new and great things. Two, sacrifices. We know that once you have a dream, if you really want to go after it and reach it, it's going to require you to sacrifice. It's going to require you to go perhaps through a valley of pain before you can get to that oasis. And that's the way it's going to be if you want to reach your dream. And so Miss Chung showed us that she had a dream of coming to America, and the way she was going to make that happen was through getting a nursing degree and a nursing job opportunity in America. And we learn that not only is nursing hard, and so not only is that a reason to qualify it as a sacrifice. You have to study physiology, and you have to poke people, right? And so it's not for everyone. But we learned that it wasn't actually something that she was crazy about, but she saw it as the medium to reach her dream. And so she studied, she mastered it, and she did things that maybe she didn't want to do, like be putting IVs. It takes a lot of fortitude to be a nurse, but yet that's exactly what she went through because she had the dream of coming here, and she was able to use that. She was able to get her degree, make it happen. She was able to work here for a few years successfully as a nurse. Three, failure, ladies and gentlemen, is temporary. It's only permanent if you let it. And so we see in Ms. Chung's example, when she first started her company, that the first company actually failed. She said that she lost nearly everything. And so that would be a very heartbreaking experience, and I'm sure it was for her. But we saw how she just decided to keep going. She decided to see where she was at that moment, see what she could afford to be able to keep going on. And so what she was able to afford was a small office space, a very small space. And so she says, okay, so I have this a small space. What can I afford to bring in here that isn't very large? That won't occupy a lot of my space. Beepers, which was popular at the time, right? And so she did not allow that failure to be permanent. She saw it as temporary, and she just kept moving forward. Number 4, innovate or evaporate. And this is exactly what she did. She was able to build a successful beeper business after she rebounded from that initial temporary failure. But then she saw that things were kind of heading in a new direction. And so had she been stubborn and says, no, beeper is the way to go, she would not be telling her successful story to us today, at least not about her cell phone business, because that's what she saw. That's the direction that she was able to see. She was able to adapt. They were still small items, but these were the items that were now becoming popular. And this led to her having over 40 successful stores in New York City. That's absolutely amazing. So it's, in hindsight, it's easy for us to say, yeah, that was an obvious call, but it was not obvious at the time, right? Cell phones were still, it's kind of like a luxury item. Is this really going to catch on? Beepers is easy, man. You just, you dial it, person gets the message, and they go to a landline and they call you back. It was easy, right? So we have to be open-minded to challenges and to opportunities to innovate, and not see those as opportunities to paralyze us, but really take advantage of those and help us grow and get to that next level. And finally, number 5, remember to give back. Ms. Chung was a successful entrepreneur through a lot of ups and downs, through her ability to innovate, and this put her in a position to pursue certain passions. She had a passion for writing. She also had a passion for helping out and giving back to the community. And what better medium to do that than to actually set up a community newspaper which has a very large distribution now in New York City. And through that newspaper, she has become a medium of providing people with accurate, correct, and essential information for their daily well-being, as well as conducting very honorable community service outreach efforts to help people in our community, including right now during the COVID crisis. So once again, I want to thank Ms. Chung for coming on our show. The link to her newspaper is below for those of you that wish to support it, and I hope you do. And we will see you at the next video. Thank you so much, and have an awesome day.